In this week's Signal Emitted, the 4.6 beta release, Signal Emitted update, and of course we have our Creator Spotlight, Game of the Week and Tip of the Week. Welcome to Signal Emitted, your weekly news feature for Godot related news. I'm Voylin, and the next release is getting closer. The first beta release has arrived, and with it a list of all the changes which we can expect for version 4.6. As with any new version, there are some breaking changes that will break compatibility with older versions if you were to update your projects to the newest version. Luckily, it's kept to a minimum with nothing really major that would cause problems or issues if you were to update your project to 4.6. So let's go over to the features that got added in 4.6. First of all, for animations, we now have a skeleton modifier 3D class, which is something that got removed with the 4.0 transition, but which got implemented in a better way this time. Now, inverse kinematics is something on the more complicated side for most people, but if you're in 3D game development, it is worth learning about it and choosing these new nodes. Or these new nodes, multiple. Another update is that we can now access the audio buffer from microphones directly, which will be helpful for certain games and applications. And as mentioned before in the previous Signal Emitted episodes, we also have a lib Godot now, which allows us to embed Godot into different languages more easily. We now also have tracing profile support, which will allow for more performance profiles to be connected directly to Godot for performance checking games and applications, like in a more precise way. And as usual, the core part of the Godot engine has gotten some performance boosts and fixes as well. And then for some people, the best feature of the 4.6 update is the new default Godot theme, which is based on the theme from Passive Star, and this got named the Modern theme. And another theme update is the inspector panel, which is now more minimal. It is kind of a great change, because now you get more horizontal space and a little bit more space vertically. And then the bottom area, which most people know for the debugger and the outputs. This is now a dockable place. Together with an update to the whole editor dock system, you can now dock panels in different places more easily. And then there's one more theme change that I should mention, and that is the improved 3D viewport to make it more similar to 3D editing applications. And yet there is still more news, because we also got better level of detail for meshes. There's also better joypad support by giving more access to advanced features. Localizing games and applications became a lot better for people who are using CSV files for localization, since there's now context support and better plural support. And also the Jolt physics system is now considered to be not experimental and will become the default physics engine for all newly created projects, so yay! Also, Android now has storage access framework support, which makes it so you don't need to ask people's permission for accessing files through the system's file picker. Gradle builds now can also be initiated on Android, as you'll have a kind of Linux style build environment through a companion app to run Gradle. And then on the Linux side of things, Voylin support got better, as now we finally have game embedding. But Windows also got an update, because now there's also Direct 3D 12 support. And then for the people with a fancy monitor, so not like me, HDR support for Godot games and applications did improve. Again, my monitor is too low quality and isn't good enough to notice any of those kind of quality changes, quality improvements. But even with my monitor, I can clearly see a difference in quality with the new screen space reflection update. This new quality comes with performance improvements as well, which is even more amazing. And then for the people using VR headsets and developing for VR headsets, XR also got a good amount of improvements with this new version. OpenXR 1.1 supports got added. Support for OpenXR spatial entities extensions also got added. And some more other smaller features which improve XR support altogether as well. XR users, you're going to have a great time in 4.6. But yeah, even though this update is not as big as like the 4.4 or 4.5 update in terms of like overall commits, we still got a total of 328 contributors and around 1,483 fixes in total. Now we can expect a full 4.6 release somewhere at the end of January, maybe beginning of February. And if you want to support Godot, be certain to do this month, because they're kind of having a campaign right now to try and raise as much money as possible this month. If everybody who visits the site would donate €5, then the Godot team could hire 5 more developers, which could increase the amount of new features and bug fixes which come to the engine with every single release. So there will be a link in the description. Donate if you want to. And now it's time for the Creator Spotlight. For this week I got a special creator, since he doesn't really do any, he does not work with the Godot engine. In fact, he doesn't even use any engine at all, since he makes his own custom engines for his games. Tin Matrix is a channel that I've learned from a lot over the years. His channel is a great source for inspiration, and his older playlist of making a custom engine with Java is a great way to learn some of the behind the scenes of how a game engine actually works. It might not be Godot related, but it's worth checking him out as he's a source of inspiration. He's a very talented game developer in my opinion, who's making devlogs you can actually learn from. There will be a link to his channel in the description. And then there are some updates about this series, the Signal Emitted news series, this series that you're watching right now. Signal Emitted has been a big time taker. Every single week a release. I've missed a couple of weeks, but let's skip over that. Every single Friday, it basically takes all my available time. On weeks that there is a lot of news, scripting everything out takes time. On days that there's nearly no news, like, well, this week, it takes a lot longer to find things to talk about. Because of this, I made the decision to start doing Signal Emitted bi-weekly starting next year, 2026. The format will stay the same. Every single time a Create Spotlight, add-on of the week, tip of the week, game of the week. So that won't change. The only thing that will change is basically the amount. So every month we will have 2 videos. 2 episodes, 2 Signal Emitted episodes. And hopefully, because it will span a longer amount of time, like 14, 15 days, it will be a lot more interesting to watch since it will contain a lot more news and information. Maybe I'll add 2 tips of the week, let's see. Well, 2 tips of the bi-weekly week. I'm still working on the naming stuff. But if there will be some big news happening, then there will be a special Signal Emitted episodes to talk about that specific news that got out. This change will give me a lot more time to work on Godot, my video editor which I'm making in Godot, and it will also give me more time to work on other videos for Godot tutorials and such, my from scratch to publishing series and such. Then there's one more update that I wanted to share, and that is that next week's Signal Emitted will be the last episode of this year. So I can take a break during the holiday season. I hope that these changes won't upset too many people and that it's understandable of why I'm making the decision. It was a difficult decision to make, to turn this weekly series into a bi-weekly one. But as a Godot developer, YouTuber, stay-at-home dad, that extra time each month that I'll have each month can help me a lot in getting further with my other projects, and I feel like it will help me to increase the value of each Signal Emitted episode overall as well. Sorry for talking about the series and my personal stuff for this amount of time in this episode. So yeah, anyway, let's cut it off. Let's go over to Game of the Week. And for Game of the Week, I bring to you 9-Ball Roulette, which is a thrilling pool game in which you join with up to 3 of your friends. By playing pool, you try to eliminate your friends till you're the last one standing. Match with your friends, customize your character, and enjoy the different game modes. If this game sounds and looks interesting to you, then consider giving it a go. There will be a link to the Steam page in the description as usual. And it's already time for tip of the week. This week it's a little bit more of a GD script type of tip, but if you create a class in Godot, which is meant to just hold data and no functions or anything, or maybe nothing that interacts with the scene tree itself, then don't extend from nodes, but from ref counted. This makes sure that the memory gets cleared once you don't have the specific class instance anywhere reference or mention inside of a variable or an array or a dictionary. It will clear the memory automatically, which is a good thing. You should kind of keep memory management in mind. If your class which just holds data has export variables and you want to create and save multiple instances of it, like to save, extend from resource instead. Memory management is important. Even if Godot basically does a lot of the heavy lifting already, you should still help Godot to help you avoid memory issues in your game or application. Most of you hopefully already know this, but I thought it was a good tip to mention anyway. And a quick mention to my Ko-fi supporters, by the way, for supporting me in creating my video editor, this series, and all my other videos that I make. Thank you for everything. Without their support, I would not be able to keep going. Again, next year, this series will turn bi-weekly. I hope this won't upset too many people. I hope the better value that I can provide every 2 weeks will be a lot better than the value that I can give to you guys every week. And I hope Godot Development, my video editor, will start growing more quickly since I will have more time and also more video series on this channel. Let's see how things go. Thank you very much for watching. Next week will be the last episode of this year, but normally there will be other videos coming out of me So yeah, anyway, subscribe to stay up to date, subscribe to see the bi-weekly Godot news videos. Yeah, I did not script this part at all, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.